Good afternoon. This is your SDTV News Desk on the hour. I'm John LaBarbera.
And I'm Eric Fink. A female suicide bomber entered a Baghdad university early Sunday morning and killed at least 41 people, wounding over 55. The university in the heart of Baghdad is mostly comprised of Shiite students. The attacks come on the heels of the well-respected Shiite militia leader Muqtada al-Sadr. Sadr said a current security crackdown in Baghdad was doomed to fail because of U.S. involvement and suggested he was rethinking his cooperation. Al-Sadr's army militia has now halted its fighting aimed against the Sunni militia for nearly 2 weeks after a request came from the government to give a new security plan a chance to work. However, a storm of Sunni attacks, including 6 on Sunday alone, occurring in the Baghdad area, has greatly tested the patience of al-Sadr and numerous other Shiites. Since the security crackdown began nearly 2 weeks ago, Shiite victims have gone down dramatically despite the increased fighting from Sunni insurgents.
In a stunning revelation, genealogists discovered that Al Sharpton's relatives were once slaves owned by the family of former U.S. Senator Strom Thurmond. Julie Thurmond, the granddaughter of Thurmond's great-great-grandfather, was the owner of a slave by the name of Coleman Sharpton. Al Sharpton, who ran for president in 2004, said he was stunned at a press conference yesterday. Strom Thurmond died in 2003 at the age of 100. He ran for president in 1948 on a platform of segregation. He once filibustered in 1957 for over 24 hours in opposition of the Civil Rights Act.
The chairman of the Senate Armed Services Committee, Carl Levin of Michigan, said on NBC's Meet the Press on Sunday that the democratically controlled Senate will limit the role of the nearly 140,000 American troops in Iraq and withdraw most of them from the bloodshed country within a year. Mr. Levin is unsure if enough Republicans will break with their party to allow a cloture vote to go forward to enable a modification of the 2002 congressional resolution that authorized the president to go to war in Iraq. The senior senator from Michigan believes this proposed new binding legislation would have American troops in a supporting role in Iraq rather than a combative role. Senator Levin's resolution, one that is in the process of potentially reaching the Senate floor, aims to remove most U.S. forces from Iraq by March of 2008. In response to the senator's agenda, Secretary of State Condoleezza Rice believes that while Congress can disagree with the administration's Iraq policies, it should not micromanage the war.
Last night's Oscars brought some nice surprises, like Alan Arkin winning Best Supporting Actor for Little Miss Sunshine, and a long-awaited honor. Martin Scorsese has finally won the Academy Award for directing for his film The Departed. Scorsese, who had been nominated for directing such movies as Goodfellas, Raging Bull, and The Last Temptation of Christ, was up against Clint Eastwood, who beat out Scorsese in 2004 for the film $1 Million Baby. Other big winners included Helen Mirren for The Queen, Forrest Whitaker for his role in The Last King of Scotland, and Best Picture went to The Departed. Nice.
A huge winter storm plowed through the middle of the country on Sunday, dumping as much as 2 feet of snow in the upper plains of Kansas, grounding hundreds of airline flights and closing major highways in several states. 8 traffic deaths have resulted from the storm, 7 in Wisconsin and 1 in Kansas. Other accidents on roads near central Michigan have left several injured. The storm has caused thousands of residential neighborhoods and businesses to lose power. In Iowa, some 162,000 people are without electricity. Residents of parts of Illinois, Nebraska, Ohio, Minnesota, they have all lost power. Close to 300 snowplows worked hard to clear the pavements of snow and ice. Torrential amounts of snow, sleet, and freezing rain led airlines to cancel 200 flights Sunday at Chicago's O'Hare International Airport, and an estimated 1,000 passengers spent the weekend at O'Hare stranded.
New life has been found off the coast of Antarctica, where 2 massive ice shelves once stood. These new creatures could only be described as spindly orange sea stars, fan-finned icefish, and sea cucumbers. The shelves started to collapse 12 years ago, while the rest disintegrated around 2002. The Polar Foundation in Brussels, Belgium, says that global warming was the definite cause. Although the melted glaciers themselves would not contribute to rising sea levels, the warmer temperature might cause glaciers to move faster over the water. Since 1974, over 5,000 square miles of ice shelves have disappeared along the Antarctic Peninsula.
A juror was dismissed from Lewis Scooter Libby's trial over the weekend. The decision came as jurors began their fourth day of deliberations in a highly political, publicized case. Jurors occasionally saw news coverage of the trial. However, according to the judge, the information that the woman was exposed to disqualifies her from continuing on the panel. Libby, the former chief of staff to the Vice President Dick Cheney, is accused of obstructing the 2003 investigation involving the leak of CIA operative Valerie Plame's identity. In addition to the obstruction charges, Libby is charged with lying to the FBI and a grand jury about how he learned about Valerie Plame. The judge has told everyone to be on a 15-minute notice to return to the courtroom in case of a verdict.
Doug Parker, the CEO for U.S. Airways, is out of jail after serving a 24-hour sentence for driving under the influence in Scottsdale. The sentence was to be served on March 15th, but he was granted a date change. Parker checked into Estrella Jail at 6:15 a.m. on Saturday and was released yesterday morning.
That's all from the SDTV News Desk. Thanks for watching. As always, you can catch us at the top of every hour or check out asuwebdevil.com.
And now you can download SDTV News for your iPod. Just log on to itunes.asu.edu and click on News and Events. Thanks for watching.